Hello, hello. Welcome to the space. Yes, yes, yes. So, how's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome. So, hello, hello, hello. Yes. Mm. All right, all right. So, let's see what is happening as we get some stuff started today. So people are asking, what is it about Gumbo Lab? What is it about the show? What is happening? All these things. And I just want to say that right now, so I'm actually about to, Hello, 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 Cherise. How you doing? You in the space? You in the room? I'm actually trying to save, send this over to some other spaces too, so that we can get some more and more people. So here we are, here we are, here we are. So something I would like to say that has been happening as far as the lab. So right now I want to share some tea. Even though I know it's supposed to be a drinky time. So mm, that's my whole drink. But what I want to say is working with all the artists and the directors and just having like this opportunity to really share work. So I'm so excited because coming to you starting February 19th and 20th and February 26th and 27th are the shows. We have 4 amazingly different shows for you. Um, our artists are Deja Morgan, pronounced she, hers, Beta Landrone, pronouns she, hers, Ange Faye, pronouns they, theirs, and Nikki G, pronouns she, hers. And their stories, so like Nikki's title of her play is Monogamy Ruined My Relationship. What's that? What's that? Yes. And then we also have Deja's script with play, which is called Pillars. Takes you on a journey. And, both of them take you on a journey. And then we also have, let me make sure I have all the titles correct because, as they're coming in, hot off the presses, I'm very excited. To have them. And so the next show, now all my stuff is canceling out on me. That's what happens when you have too much technology. Too much technology. Too much technology means you're not seeing everything that you need to see. Yes, yes. So I also would like to say, let me see. Yes, yes, yes. So the title of Ange Bay show is First Quarter Moon. It's going to be very interesting. And then we have Vita Landrone. Show is Mind Cunt, The Hideous Manifesto. Yes, you heard what I said. Mind Cunt, The Hideous Manifesto. I just love it. So if there's any questions, I'm going to actually play a little bit more music and have some fun. I'm in this room. Try to see who's, what else we could talk about. Let's see what else. So this all started, honestly, this idea came to me just last summer of 2020. So this is like we are in the heat of the shutdown. Artist contracts are being canceled and people are pivoting. Unemployment, where everybody's just trying to figure out, including myself as an artist, like, well, what's next? What am I going to do next? And why should, what? And I started to reflect a lot about what had already come. So I started thinking about my life as a professional actress. And what has that looked like? What has that looked like in rooms? Especially Now we have lots of theater companies, the union. There are all these organizations and different groups talking about diversity and equity and just really, calling out racism and white supremacy in the arts, especially in the performing arts, right? I think there's this amazing report that's actually on a database resource guide that I developed. I think the Asian Arts Coalition, I might be definitely saying their name wrong. If I am, I apologize. But in that report, it speaks to like pay inequity. It talks about, what is the percentage of Black and Brown producers on Broadway? The numbers are very staggering, like the numbers are 95%, but I don't think anybody who looks like me is shocked by those numbers, because when we are in these shows, it's very seldom that it's all of us sitting around the table and we all look like each other, right? Those moments are rare. When those moments happen, they're beautiful, but they are rare. They're very rare. And the same could be said even in TV and in film. Even though I have to say, I always feel that TV and film, as far as hiring more people that look like us and giving more of us opportunities to be storytellers and be in front and behind the camera, I feel like, is it equity that happens? No, but it's definitely more, right? You see it more, you see more examples of it. I started thinking like, okay, so if I were to pivot right now in my life, what would I want that to look like? And what would I want that to look like for other artists who look like me? And I had sent the proposal, the idea of the proposal, to two people who I really trust. Lanish Miller White and Jill Harrison had sent, my proposal to them. And they sent me, recommendations, like who you should work with, who I could work with, like who would partner with me on this endeavor. And started to really look like what that looked like, reached out to Juniper Productions, also applied for an Art and Change grant from the Leeway Foundation. And the solo project started to really emerge. I knew that I wanted a space for women identifying individuals, trans identifying individuals, queer identifying. I wanted like a space, a safe space where Blackness could be at the center, right? And if Blackness could be at the center, if Blackness could like basically be celebrated, right? Not saying these spaces don't exist. I'm saying like when it comes to creativity, when it comes to creating new work, what does that look like? What could that look like, right? And one thing that I quickly realized is, as I kept sitting in meetings about how we could do better and how theater companies could do better and how can we work together and blah, 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 blah. I was like, so why not choose us? Why not be the work, create the space that I want to see? And here we are. So applications went out in November. Around the end of October, November, application went out. People applied from all over. I was very dedicated to this being a virtual space. I mean, now it has to be virtual space, but I'm also dedicated to this being a permanent virtual space, which means that this opportunity is not just available for people in my zip code. It's available to those who live outside of my zip code. So, we actually have an artist who's based in Chicago. That's a part of this group. We have an artist that's based in New York as part of this group. And, of course, we have two artists that are based out of Philadelphia. I think that, like, it's intergenerational, because I also have a huge problem when people do this work or they have these opportunities and they're like, oh, these are for emerging artists. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because I know I have friends who are 50 and 60, 40 even, who are amazing performers, amazing actresses, have been in some amazing work, but has never had the spotlight on them. Maybe they did the 11 o'clock number in the Great Big Musical, but never had a solo show. That was theirs, their story, their vision, right? So opened that up with that idea, pushed back a lot with people who were in my ear about what it should and should look like. And I was like, yeah, but I think I wanted to look like all those things. So why not, right? So did and continue to do so. And I think because of that, it has become a beautiful, Gumbo Lab, the idea of Gumbo, that type of thing, the idea of having Gumbo Lab, the idea of is this meal, giving people something they can really sink their teeth into that makes them feel good and warm, but also challenges you, right? So then the question is how do you do a virtual theatrical performance? Is this just the canvas, the Zoom space? Or do we get creative? Do we film images and pictures and ourselves in bathtubs and near trees? And do we combine and merge seamlessly these two entities, the stage and film and art? Because let's be real, if I create an image that's artwork, right, and I put a voiceover to it or I put some images to it, then this makes the experience very three-dimensional. It also breaks boundaries because now I don't just have to invite my friends who live close to the theater. I can now have people see it in all time zones, at all times of the day. Think about the accessibility. Think about, all of us, there's some of us who could not even go to a theater, whether it's because it's not handicapped accessible or it's not this, or even if it is handicapped accessible, it's not really, right? Or the very venue, does it have sign language? Is it accessible? Does it have closed captioning, right? These are all things that theaters are thinking about, right? They are showing their shows. People are doing readings. I've been a part of a few readings of new shows. Our unions are pivoting to allow us contracts that make this work possible, that gives us agency, right? And let's be real, this could have looked a lot of different ways. It could have, these were all new people in the space. A lot of the creative team, definitely did not know each other. And I can tell you from day one, there was no competition, was no territorialism. It was simply the want to really be in community. So that means that once this is over, this solo project ends. The beauty is that these artists and these creatives will still stay connected in some way. That means that we can continue to do work, do art, right? And not be so siloed. We can also stretch ourselves as performers, right, and writers, because we're not just simply writing for a two-dimensional space. We're not just simply writing for the stage. We're writing for something more. I would dare say, is something beyond, like a pre-tape performance. It is something else. It is something that I don't think we have actually created a name for yet. But I'm excited. I'm ecstatic and excited that I am at the center of this magic and that I'm not in it alone. I'm in it with my Gumbo Lab community. And I'm excited to look forward to even more of that happening. So I actually am trying to figure out how I can see everything. Oh, look, we got a special guest coming in. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Welcome, Ariel. On live.
Hey,
Right on
how are you?
room.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh,
I missed it all.
We had a whole conversation. It's fine. I had a whole thing. So now they can hear from somebody else. We done had some music. I done brought my little fake tea that has something extra in it. So what do you want to talk to the peeps about?
I like your background.
I know it's magical, isn't it? I know it's like it almost looks like I took a whole bath today instead of half of one. Yes, you're like breaking up a little. Let me see what's happening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, the internet is probably going to go in and out. We're driving to South Carolina tomorrow to take a car to my partner's parents. So we're driving. Wow. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, what do you want to tell the peeps about your experience so far in the solo project and with the Gumbo Lab?
Yeah, it's been great. Today I met with Lisa and Nikki and got to kind of walk through some of Nikki's show. We had a lot of really great ideas. It's so collaborative. And I feel like I've never really been in a space quite like this where you're working with actors so closely and directors. And obviously, like me doing the editing, it's usually you kind of work in silos almost,
Mm-hmm.
But in this experience, we're all kind of just bouncing ideas off of each other, and everybody's really open to critique and feedback. So, every time I meet with people, it's just like it gives me more energy and it's not draining, which I feel like. Oh my
goodness, I was just saying the same thing earlier. It's I was saying that the first time we met, from the very first day, it hasn't been like, especially because we're Zooming all day. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a chore. I get excited for the weekly check-ins. I get excited to like meet with the artists to see what their ideas are, to like, I feel like it's almost like this, what's a good word for it? We talked about it's like a mentorship, but not like this forced idea of one. It's like this organic, just let's see what's going to happen space.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah, and I think it's a good point too. Yeah, we all are on Zoom constantly, and so these meetings can be tedious during the course of the week. But yeah, I do look forward to being there on Sundays, and it seems like it's just There's something new that comes out too, even if you've heard people read their
Mm-hmm.
pieces before, like more stuff comes out, or new ideas. So it's just refreshing, especially right now, in the time that we're in. And I know hopefully things are, getting better, but yeah, it's just refreshing to kind of have that. And then it be like black and brown folks
I know.
too, like that
Right.
just is
You
like extra layers of like awesome greatness. Like,
right.
yes, we got us, you
Because a
know what I
lot of
mean? So
times, right.
I
Because a lot of
appreciate
times,
it.
like, especially me and you, we know this. Like, we'll be in spaces where if we're not in the same space, then it's only us in the space.
Absolutely, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
as much as you get, and I think what's interesting, you can get adjusted to that. And then all of a sudden, you're in a space where you feel like your soul kind of came back home. And you're like, oh, okay. Like I've been missing this. I haven't had this in a while. And just also be very collaborative, like you said, like even though the artists, so in this program, the artists are like assigned a team, but the lines are very blurred, like into like who provides what for who, right? I feel like we all really check in with each other and all of us end up helping all of the artists in some way or fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's too like just the familiarity of just like even little small things of just like getting a joke, or listening to somebody's story, like monologue, and like being able to make a connection. Like if the people who are working on the project are already connected to the piece and have family members or have experienced that in their own lives, imagine, the audience, how many different people that's going to reach, like
Mm-hmm.
it's just really rewarding. I mean, I'm so excited about it. And thank you, Tamara, for including me, and having this great idea.
No, thank you for jumping on board for the crazy, crazy ride. Thank you. Because, you never know. Like I tell you all the time, like I had no idea, but every day I am convinced that this is exactly what it should be. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I'm just like, okay, wonderful. Like I get that. But let me let you drive. Be safe. Are
Okay.
y'all leaving tomorrow or are you on the road now?
No, we're on the road right now. My partner's driving. I'm luckily not driving, but it's dark in here. So
Oh yeah, well, because you're going
yeah.
to the Carolinas where it's no street lights. You're like, hello, mountains.
All right. Well, I'll see you Sunday.
Yes, yes. See you soon.
All
Thank
right.
you for dropping in.
No problem. I'll
Bye.
talk to you.
So that was Ariel Taylor, one of our cinematographers is in the project, or I like to call them like video guides for the artists as they are filming and working on their projects. Um, it has, like she said, it has been quite an experience, quite this. You can actually go if you're interested to find out more and actually get your tickets. Wink, wink. You can get tickets at www.gumbolab.com. I actually put it inside of on the thread so that people can kind of like pay attention, kind of see it. We're also, as always, still taking contributions and donations because without those, this work is, close to impossible. We are making it happen. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I think that's it. Really, I feel like we had like kind of a full show like today to talk about all these different things. I'm excited that um, a lot of you came and joined me in the space. Saw some people from Chicago pop in or who were watching and things like that. I'm trying to actually respond using my iPad over here for like different things, but it is sometimes working, sometimes not. Sometimes technology could be your friend. Sometimes it can, you're like, what happened? So let me see, how should we close out the night? This is great. I think we have had we have covered kind of like why this is in a really short period of time. Um, look for all of our social media that is coming your way. Please follow Gumbo Lab on Facebook. Also follow me at Tamara Della Anderson Creative Site on Facebook. I am in the process of downsizing my personal Facebook page. You have been warned. And I think that's it. I told somebody I might do an impromptu song, but I am, we'll see how that magic happens. Let me see how I feel. Let's see what's in here that I can actually look at. Trying to see. Um, hmm. It's a little pause. This is the beauty of being able to do something on my own the way I want to. That means I can just take as much time as I like. And so that's what I am doing. Uh-oh. I pulled into Nazareth. I was feeling about a half past there. I just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where girl might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load, Fanny. Take a load if you're free. Take a load, Fanny. Hey, yeah. Put the weight on me. I picked up my bag. I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey, Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load if you're free. Take a load off Fanny. Hey, yeah. Put the weight on me. Yes. So this is me signing off. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in to our first Gumbo Lab Facebook Live. And good night.